Good morning to everyone that's on the live stream here from Sydney Motorsport Park for the HQ Holdens State Championship Round 4 and final round for the year. Got Dave Amor, the voice of HQ Holdens in Australia, alongside of me. This is race 2. We might just quickly have a summation of what happened yesterday in race 1. There was a few cars that didn't quite make it, and obviously a bit of work overnight.
Yeah, there certainly was. We lost three engines over the race 1 yesterday, but of course Brett Osborne put it on pole and won the opening race, race 1. Behind him was Chris Mole, Luke Harrison, Barber, Mole, Aaron Parker, the young kid, Potts, Darren Parker, and then we've got Mark Baxter rounding out the top 10. So, as you saw, ladies and gentlemen, right at the start of the preview of the HQ Holdens, there is plenty of action.
Well, Brett Osborne will start from pole with Chris Mole alongside him. Chris stuck with him for quite a few laps. Of course, Brett Osborne coming off the back of winning his 4th HQ Nationals down at Baskerville Raceway, and you were there for that. And
Yep.
The following weekend when they ran at Symmons Plains.
Yeah, I certainly was, and New South Wales had an awesome setup there at Baskerville with 1st, 2nd and 3rd being New South Wales cars. They were certainly the quickest cars there, very consistent, and to win you've got to be very, very consistent. So to New South Wales, well done for the HQ Nationals of 2024 in Tasmania at the legendary Baskerville track. And then the following weekend we were able to do a Sunday qualifying and 3 races at Symmons Plains. So it made a bucket list for a lot of people.
Yeah, normally you would not go down to Symmons Plains for 1 meeting, let alone get 2 in, so that was good. Had to feel sorry for Luke Harrison, 3rd time in a row that he's finished 2nd in the Nationals.
Yep, he certainly has. He's got a good car, a good engine, a good setup, just like Harbour has as well. But it's one of those things, Brett Osborne doesn't make a mistake. That's what our problem is. He doesn't make a mistake. Yes, he's fast, he's consistent and all the rest, but if you don't make a mistake, there's a couple of tenths here quicker than all the rest of the field go.
Yeah, and he just does that lap after lap.
Yes.
And which was the case yesterday when he beat Osborne home, but he won ahead of Chris Mole. 3rd place was always tight between Luke Harrison, Jared Harbour and Jason Mole. And Jason, I was talking to him this morning, he said they think they're down a little bit on power. Bit of a play around with the distributor, hopefully get a little bit more out of it for today's race and maybe try and get ahead of those 2 that he finished behind. And then, of course, Parker was in the next position and he was on his own basically throughout the race.
Here we go, just waiting on the red lights. Red lights are on, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that on the blend line screen, and they take off. Osborne, fairly good start. We said Mark Baxter's gone fairly wide there to the inside of the track. We've got Chris Mole around the outside, Luke Harrison up the inside. You can see that, the beautiful 202 car there at Harbour. Equity views, side by side through turn 1. Brett Osborne leads them into turn 2.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting a repeat so far of yesterday. We've got one of the Parkers going down the outside, may pick off Jason Mole as they go through turn 2.
Yeah, he got a much better start today. Yesterday he was sort of back to 6 straight away, but at least he's right up beside Mole. Mole will be on the outside, he'll be on the inside there into turn 4. So that'll be quite interesting to see what happens. HQ, New South Wales, fantastic. All their good sponsors. Osborne Transport for 12 years in a row. Well done them for the major sponsor. But we've got some fantastic sponsors. Equity Views, you want to get your house built, talk to them, because they do 1st and 2nd pole positions for yesterday, you know. So it's a few, I have a Mole, locks up the Kenda tyre, turns it into a 50-cent piece. Luke Harrison, in Harbour.
Cost him a car length at least. That cost him a car length at least, just going through turn 6. And don't mind, there's a few bugs around today, so don't worry about that too much. It's all this humidity at the moment. We can see it's cloudy today. They're predicting we may get a little bit of rain, but at the moment it's dry. And it's Brett Osborne out in front, and of course he's leading the New South Wales Championship as well.
Yep, it certainly is. We've got the father-son there. We've got the son Ashton in front of Darren Parker there in the 40 car. They swapped cars at the last meeting here. When his son put it on pole, Dad gave him the keys and said, here you go, son, you can have the best car. So he's right in behind him. 2 good cars out of the place, which is good, and they're in 6th and 7th position.
A lot of good dicing down the field we've seen yesterday, and we've got a repeat of that at the moment too, with Johnson there in 8th position, just ahead of Baxter, with the 2 Robertson cars in behind as well.
Yep, we've got the 2 HQ extra cars there as well. We've got the young bloke Mark there, and also Brendan Healy in the 111 cars you see going through turn 1. That's the old Johnson car there, the 888 car. That gentleman has bought that car, and this is his 2nd race with him, so he's doing extremely well. We've got a car there. Well, we've had a bit of a spinner.
That's one of the
HQ extra, and also the young kid of Deering, Glenn Deering's dad. Spun there. I don't know whether they had a bit of a coming together or not.
That's
bit of the old Kender smoke.
That's Jake Deering. I think you'll find it went off there as well as Mark's. We did see the Brendan Healy car go into the pits yesterday. They had a drama with that, came back out.
Yes, it certainly did. They blew an engine yesterday. They put the other engine in, then it had an oil
leak. They didn't
leak.
do it at the pit stop, did it?
No, that's right. No. He blew that going down the front straight, almost outside the ARDC canteen. You want food? Go up there and see that right there, which put oil onto the track. Then we had 5 spinners, one after another, hitting that oil yesterday in qualifying. So very, very lucky we didn't lose another car.
Well, it looks like one of those cars would have spun there at turn 1 in this race to avoid the one going off.
Is that a digital command car there? It looks like just trying to have a...
Yeah, it is. And it's Chris Mole. Got a drama with that car. It's pulling off to the inside out of turn 8.
Yep, he's
That's
pulled
a shame.
that out of the way, which is absolutely fantastic. That won't stop the race. So the one car there of Chris Mole has rolled to a stop. I can't see anything underneath it. So whether he has got an electrical or fuel problem, I'm not sure. However, look at there's Ashton Parker down the inside there, the 26 car right beside the Command Digital car there of Jason Mole. Oh, he's gone. Yes, he's in front now. Ashton Parker up into 4th, which has put Jason Mole back to 5th.
And Luke Harrison is into 2nd now, just ahead of Jared Harbour.
Yep, you can see that here on Blendline TV.
And Jason Mole just got that spot back out of turn 2, so wasn't done with.
Good racing. Side by side, door handle to door handle. That's what HQ racing is all about, is affordable excitement. Just replaying that, we can have a bit of a look and see. Well, away he goes, Jake Deering, and also the HQ extra car decided to join it.
Well, that's how you know you're having a go when you overstep the limits, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you learn from it.
No, that is for sure.
And this race isn't over here for this position 4 with, again, Parker going up the inside of Mole and taking that spot away at turn 6. Now Mole will come back at him going up the hill. Is he close enough to get through on turn 7? He'll have the preferred line, but he's on the wrong side of the road as they come down to turn 8. Unless he can get the job done, and it looks like he hasn't been able to. He can try to switch back here, take the wide entry, try and slip back down the inside, but I think Parker's got him covered on this occasion.
He certainly has. They're giving each other a little bit of racing room there, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, so which is absolutely fantastic. The yellow flag's waving because we've got the Command Digital car there on the inside. It's a yellow flag. That means you can't pass.
And
you can't pass until you get to the next green flag.
Indeed, and that'll be just so that everyone's aware that the car's there, and they'll pull that yellow in because it's not in a very dangerous position. Now, Mole will have another go at getting past Parker down the straight, going for the side draft by the look of it. He did sort of slip in a little bit behind to get a little bit of a slipstream, but now he is getting a side draft effect, and this may see him take up position as they go down through turn 1, and he does so, gets it back.
He certainly does, but young Ashton Parker, keep an eye on him. Can he go around the inside, the outside, or keep him behind him, get right on his boot? Oh, under brakes there. The Kender tyres, the Pettis suspension, the Crow cams. It's affordable excitement, and we have to run with controlled components, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to get involved with HQ Racing, you want to know something about it, call HQRA New South Wales or the state that you're looking at, because there are cars for sale, and as you can see, There's plenty of excitement, plenty of entertainment, and with Blendline TV, it helps your sponsors and also helps you to have a bit of a look at your car, how well it stands out on the track. Oh, Healy, HQ extra car down the inside there. That's Brendan Healy in the 111 car up into 10th position, just gone past Robertson there. Robertson have got 2 cars as well, father and son, which is absolutely fantastic. Spry there in the 13 car, blew an engine, put another engine in it, started rear of field, and 13 car is up into 13th position. So
yeah, we did see him in a fairly good position yesterday until he had to park it.
Yep, that's for sure.
Parked it off between turns 1 and 2 in the middle of that race yesterday. So it's good to see him back. So big job changing an engine overnight, or reasonably big job. In a HQ, it's not so bad. You've got plenty of room to move under the bonnet of a HQ with a 6-cylinder Holden engine.
You can actually find it, mate. You can actually find it without an issue or a problem. So good to see Spry doing well, Healy doing well, Robertson, Potts, the number 53 car. She's better than brand new. Mark Baxter's up into 8th position. Darren Parker is 7th position. Johnson's doing extremely well. Brand new paint job, good looking, but have a look at this. Ashton Parker and also the Command Digital car side by side going through turn 1 yet again. We've still got 7.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, so we've got at least 4 laps, I would roughly say.
Yeah, and
good
it looks
4
like
laps.
Jason Miles coming back down the inside of him here at turn 2, gets that spot back. So they've been chopping and changing lap after lap, and this is for 4th position on the road.
Yes, certainly is. So that's 4th and 5th. So right there, 4th position, Ashton Parker doing extremely well. He sort of fell off the grid of cars there in race 1 yesterday, but a much better start. All of a sudden now, he's right on the tail there. Command Digital car, Jason Miles, so 32 car. The TV's showing us plenty. Look at the Kenders, the Pettis suspension. You can hear them screaming as they go up and over. Doing around about a 1:59 to a 2-minute lap. The first sort of 6 or 7 cars. Brett Osborne and Osborne Transport. Fastest lap was lap 4 with a 1:58.84. So very quick time in this overcast conditions, which has brought a lot of the insects alive.
Yes, that is the what. Talk about cameraman about that. But interesting looking at the sector times. Harbour has the fastest 1st and 3rd sector. Osborne only in the 2nd sector. So if you put those times together, the fastest lap would be a 58.39 as opposed to what Osborne's done, which is a 58.84. So not far off, but it's interesting that he's not the quickest on every sector.
Yeah, well, that's what's so good about HQ Racing over the last sort of 5, 6, 8 years. And certainly Brett Osborne has pulled everyone forward to catch him. And it's making some fantastic racing, not just here in New South Wales, but also like the HQ Nationals we spoke about in 2024 at Basketball. So Brett Osborne, once again, number 1 for the 4th time.
Yeah, it's interesting too when you look at it too that when you're saying bringing people forward, certainly Ashton Parker, Johnson, 2 that spring to mind that probably would have been back markers a couple of years ago, and now right up then at the pointy end of the field. So they've certainly learnt their craft out of racing in this category.
Yeah, we've got to remember Matty Barker's not there. John Baxter's not here in this group. Their cars got damaged last race meeting. So there's a couple of other guys you'd throw into the top 5 without even struggling, especially little Johnny and his car and that engine. That's an awesome engine. And it's good to see that they're teaming up, Brett Osborne and Johnny, then for the HQ 4-hour at Winton the start of December.
The Ken Lee 4-hour.
Yes,
yeah, one of the classic events on the HQ calendar.
Yep.
Two driver event over 2 2-hour races. That, yeah, it's where you finish the first race is where you start the second. So it's a culmination. It's a 4-hour race, but it's in 2 sections.
Yep, it certainly is. It brings the crew involved as well. There's a wheel change and things like that with each driver. And we're hoping for 25, 27 cars coming to that in the 4-hour. Talking to John Mahoney, the HQ president of Victoria, very confident in trying to bolster the numbers to try and get 25 plus cars to Winton on the first weekend of December. So still plenty of racing for HQ Holdens.
And it brings out some good co-drivers too, people that have been good in this category in the past, like the Heinrichs and people like that. They normally would go across and link up with someone to do those events.
Yeah, well, we certainly have. We've had Stephen Richards, V8 supercar driver. We've had Peter Brock, Phil Brock, or Split Pin, people might know him, have been co-drivers in the 4-hour. So, mate, we're not scared to put anyone into them. And it's good to see that those guys, over the many, many years, have come and supported a class. Affordable excitement. They're 35 years old in motor racing terms. It's a one-make series car that had almost 600 cars racing back in 93, 94 with the Thunderdome flat track, Tasmania, New Zealand, Victoria and all the other states with it. So over 600 cars, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
and we've still got them racing now.
Cams, as it was known then, they had 450 log cars in Australia and 150 in New Zealand in 1994, I believe.
Okay, well, those stats are absolutely fantastic.
And that's not including the cars that are on the Thunderdome, obviously.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because I was very lucky to do almost 10 years of Thunderdome with my HQs. Then we went to flat track and gave that a big crack and brought a lot of drivers and crews and everyone together. And the 4-hour is really a family mateship crew environment. It's like a mini Bathurst, you could say. It really is.
It is, yeah.
Fantastic event, fantastic venue. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we've got HQs racing the start of November, have come back to Wakefield Park, which is race 1. So can't wait to see what that gentleman has spent all that money on and the upgrades of that track. Me, David Amor, HQ Dart Racing, can't wait. The drivers can't wait. So it'll be, it's not part of the championship event, but I'm hearing there's 25 plus HQs going to it.
What's this, for the November or the December meeting?
November.
Okay,
meeting.
Cool. That's good. One raceway we're talking about, obviously.
Yep.
Obviously the revamped Wakefield Park, but it's known as One Raceway. Runs in either direction. They'll decide on the weekend which way you run, because it'll depend on which way the wind's blowing.
Okay.
This battle continues while we go back to this, and there's Jason Mole gets back into 4th position. So we'll just wait. Next lap it will probably change again. That's been a torrid dice between these two throughout.
The top 6 cars are in the 159s, ladies and gentlemen. 159s, top 6 cars. Then if I say to you, the next 7 are in a 203 or better. So that's absolutely fantastic. That's good racing, good times.
201s,
yeah, 201s. Magnificent, isn't it?
Yep.
So fantastic here.
Well, we're down to just on a minute to go, so I would suggest either this is the last lap or the next one. It's been a great race so far, particularly this battle that we're seeing, and actually right at the moment is the biggest gap we've seen between these two, between Jason Mole and Ashton Parker, as they battle it out. And then there's got this other great dice going on, headed by Johnson there in the number 10, ahead of Baxter. Potts there. Potts has been out of the category for a little while. Good to see him back. Then we've got Darren Parker, Brendan Healy in 10th position at the moment. Sean Spry in 11th after starting from the rear of the grid.
Yep, certainly is. Absolutely fantastic. Healy, like I said to you, had to put another engine in it. When that engine exploded down the front straight, Potts was going past, and part of the piston smashed the left-hand mirror off the car. That's how close it was, and that's how fast that engine was revving. It took the left-hand mirror clean off the car. There, that's the reason why you can see it's a shiny silver one instead of the bright blue one. So, yeah, it was smoking, mate. It was driving like he stole it. Went bang, checkered flag. Brett Osmond. Oh, who's going to be here? The boys from Pitt Town. Now, who got it?
Luke Harrison.
Harrison the Harbour. All right, that's second, third. Have a look at this. It looks like Command Digital. Jason Mole has got in front of Aston Parker there for 4th and 5th. Jason Johnson. Have a look at this. Jason Johnson. Look, there's nothing. Potts has pulled out. So's Baxter. Now, we've got to have a look at it.
No, order stays the same, but very little between it with Potts and Darren Parker in 9th position. Bit of a gap back to Brendan Healy, Sean Spree and the 2 Robertson cars fill a 12th and 13th positions.
Healy will be absolutely ecstatic. It looks like they got that engine through. So now they can fine tune it now for the next race. They took a bit of timing out of it. They put a bit more fuel on it to make sure it wasn't going to have any issues.
Yeah.
Now they can fine tune that. And later on this afternoon, race 3 will come. But Blendline TV and all the sponsors, thank you so much. We're here in the little commentary box looking at the TV, looking at the screen. They're right next door to us in another van with all the different footage, cameras, TV screens. And for you guys that can log on and see it live to what we are.
Free to air.
Blendline.
And of course the final race for the weekend of this round will be live streamed as well, and we'll be back with more live streaming when the sports sedans, marked cars and production sports combined have their second race. Let's hope we see Chris Mole back for the last one. It'll be interesting to see him coming from the back of the field.
It helps kill them. Obviously, it's not a repellent, but no, I appreciate it. But there's